Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Career Corner. I'm your host, Ariana, and I'm so excited that you're here today. I hope y'all have been enjoying this podcast. I feel like I say that every episode, but I really do mean it. I hope y'all are enjoying this podcast. Last episode, 2 weeks ago, we got into some spooky topics about career fears. Last episode was our Halloween special, so if you have not watched it, I would go back and watch it. I basically just kind of go over, what we all think going into college, like if this degree is right for me, if this career path's right for me, and I also gave you just some tips on how to overcome those fears. But today we are moving from scary to social. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about how to turn awkward introductions into real networking. The job market is really scarce or really hard to get into. It's all about connections nowadays. And in order to make those connections, you need to be good at networking and talking to people. Because whoever you're talking to in a professional setting, that could be your next boss, your next co-worker, it could definitely be a huge open door and big opportunity for you. So in this episode, we're going to be deep diving into networking and basically how to perfect yourself in a professional setting, because networking does not have to be intimidating. I say that because I used to think it was intimidating until I started going to more career fairs and talking about it, and definitely practicing, and I definitely gotten a lot better. So grab your coffee, because that is my drink of choice today is coffee, homemade coffee, because I'm trying to save some money. It's really, really good coffee. Okay, let's get into it. So let's get into the basics. What is networking? A lot of people think networking is just handing out business cards, getting, some social media, but really it's about building relationships. It's about building those connections so that you have future opportunities. You want to think networking as if you're planting seeds. You plant these seeds. You may not see results overnight, but the farther you go along, more time passes by, you will see your plant to grow. So that's what you want to think connections as. You're like planting seeds so that you yourself as a plant can grow. You want to build these relationships based on mutual respect and genuine interest. And as I said, building these relationships and connecting and networking with professionals can definitely open a lot of doors for you in your career path. So as I said, networking is about building relationships. It's not really about asking for a job. It's about, asking for advice, showing curiosity and appreciation for someone in your related field or career path. So I'm going to give you some tips on where you can start networking. You can start very small. It doesn't have to be at a career fair. You can talk to your professors or classmates about their experiences, get their insight on their career path, how it relates to you, and so forth. Once you go to on-campus events, you can definitely stay after and talk to the speaker that is there. That's a great way to network. That's a great way to definitely open some doors and definitely show some interest in your career path. And finally, you can even connect with alumni on LinkedIn. They love hearing from TWU students, which is so true. LinkedIn is super underrated in my opinion. Coming into college, I didn't know how big LinkedIn was. I thought it was just like another social media platform, but it's really not. LinkedIn is super helpful. I've built so many connections on LinkedIn. So if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, I definitely recommend starting one. And if you need help starting a LinkedIn profile, you can make an appointment here with us. You'll be scheduled with your career consultant for your college, and we will help you start that LinkedIn profile and get it nice and neat. Okay, so now that we deep dove? No, dove is not a word, is it? Deep dived into what networking really is, which is building relationships for future opportunities. It's not about asking for a job. Let's get into how you can network as a student. So obviously, the best time to start is right now. Don't wait till last minute. I definitely had to learn that the hard way. I've attended quite a few career fairs where I didn't talk to anyone. I just went there, looked around, and I left. Yeah, that's a big no-no. I definitely regret doing that. So definitely start now. Even talking with like your professors or classmates, as I said. Definitely you want to be more engaging in the classroom. Here are some ways that you can get started. Attend campus events. TWU has a lot of opportunities on campus where you can meet professionals and recruiters. After you attend those campus events and you get their LinkedIn, you can definitely follow up with a short message after an event saying, it was great meeting you, or I really enjoyed your presentation. Definitely use your resources. Platforms like Handshake and LinkedIn make it easy to connect with employers and alumni. Handshake has a lot of jobs on there, on campus and off campus. So if you do not have a Handshake account, definitely recommend getting one. It's also the only way you can make an appointment here with us at Career Connections. So definitely I would consider doing a Handshake account. Handshake. Oh, a little fact. If you apply like through Handshake to a job off campus, recruiters are more likely to hire you because they are specifically looking for students on TWU. So definitely get on Handshake and apply through there. So definitely attend your campus events, you guys. You want to get engaged, get involved here at TWU. You can make so many connections just by talking to students or your professors. So yeah, definitely attend campus events. And speaking of campus events, I have a career fair coming up here at Career Connections. So get ready to mark your calendars. It's the TWU and UNT Education Fair. It's happening November 11th, which is next week, I believe it's next week. It's happening November 11th. It's an amazing opportunity to practice those networking skills. We are collaborating with UNT, so there will be UNT students and recruiters there. You'll be able to meet representatives from schools, districts, and programs who are looking for future educators. Even if you're not sure what path you want to take, it's definitely good just to show up, ask some questions, and practice your networking skills. So definitely mark your calendars for that. Head over to our Instagram. There will be updates on there, and there is a post on there saying what time it's from and where it will be at. It will be in Hubbard Hall. I just don't remember what time. I believe it's like 11 to 2, I want to say. Don't quote me on that though. So head over to our Instagram for updates on that and for also other on-campus events. We host a lot of on-campus and virtual events, which, by the way, you can definitely practice your networking skills virtually. It doesn't have to be on campus, because we do host a lot of virtual like roundtables where recruiters come on through Zoom and you can meet them through there. So definitely head over to our Instagram and give us a follow so you can get updates and when we have events like that, and you can practice your networking skills. I am still in the spooky season mood. I have my Jack Skellington little cup with me. It's condensating, but yeah, I'm still in the spooky mood, you guys. I just had to take down the Halloween decorations because we put up the Thanksgiving decorations in the office. It looks amazing. Y'all should stop by and look at the Thanksgiving decorations, please. We worked very hard on them. Okay, so I keep talking about networking and how it's important to build these connections and relationships, but let's be real for a second. I'm talking all this and I know we are all thinking in the back of our heads, yeah, it's easy to say, but it's a lot harder to do. And I get it. Networking can be so nervous, especially for me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other students feel it too. When you're talking to a professional, you feel very, I feel very nervous when I talk to a professional because I'm scared I might say the wrong thing. So it's totally normal to have these nerves. We all go through it. So you might worry especially what to say, but most importantly, how to introduce yourself. So, in order to help with that, you want to practice your elevator pitch. Practicing your elevator pitch, if you don't know if you don't know what an elevator pitch is, it's basically you introducing yourself. It's a quick 30 to 60 second thing you say. You should say your name, your major, what year you're in, and your skills, like skills you have that are beneficial to either the job you're applying for or just to your career path in general. And a little tip, you always want to end with a question because that keeps the conversation going. I know you say like this elevator pitch and it might feel a little awkward because if you don't end with a question, you just say it and then you're just standing there waiting for them to say something. But if you end with the question, that will keep the conversation rolling and it should be smooth sailing from there. A little tip before I go on to to give y'all a little elevator pitch example. Practice in the mirror. I thought this was so silly at first when I first was told this, but actually it is so helpful. Okay, like I thought it was so silly, as I said, until I actually did it and I kept doing it and I was like, oh yeah, this is actually really helpful. So once you get your elevator pitch down, you want to practice in the mirror or practice with a friend, just so it doesn't feel awkward when you say it and then you stutter. Yeah, that's like really awkward and kind of embarrassing. So like just practice in the mirror, practice what you're gonna say, maybe come up with a few like conversation starters if you don't want to start off right away with your elevator pitch, because I know that can be real awkward too. My personal favorite I like to do is compliment something on them. As soon as I go up to this professional, I like to say, oh, I really like your shoes, or oh, I really like those earrings. Compliment something on them. That gets the conversation started, and then you can introduce yourself and give that elevator pitch. Your pitches are definitely helpful because, as I said, it keeps the conversation going. It's a conversation starter. It introduces you first and foremost. That's like the most important thing. But it also tells the professional a little bit more about you. And as I said, definitely practice in the mirror because it will help you a lot. And I know that sounds so silly, but trust me, it will help you so much. So I'm going to give a little elevator pitch example. Let me just pull it up right quick. Okay, while I'm pulling this up, how's everyone doing? I love the weather outside. It's chilly. It feels amazing. We're finally in fall. Thank God. Because I don't know, I had it with the hot weather. I was craving some cold weather. Now we're getting it slowly but surely. Okay, I have the elevator pitch example pulled up on here and I'm going to give it to y'all so that y'all can kind of go based off of that and create your own elevator pitch. Okay, here's mine. Here it goes. Hi, my name is Ariana Gonzalez. This is my last semester at TWU and I'm earning my Bachelor's of Business Administration and Marketing. I have experience in social media management, digital marketing, customer service, and communications. I am looking for positions that will help me gain more exposure and experience to the marketing field. Could you tell me a little bit about any positions your company offers in the marketing field? Okay, I kind of messed up there, but you get the point. So, as I stated, I introduced myself. I gave what year I am, which is my last semester at TWU, a senior. I gave my degree, which is my Bachelor's of Business Administration and Marketing. And then I gave out some skills related to my degree or career path, which is social media management, digital marketing, customer service, and communications. And then I gave them a little bit of like what I'm looking for and why I'm basically networking with them, which is I'm looking for positions that will help me gain exposure and experience to the marketing field. And then I ended with the question, which is, could you tell me about any positions your company offers in the marketing field? So it's a quick little 30 second elevator pitch. 60 seconds might be too much. Well, for me it is, because once I go past these 60 seconds, I'm yapping the entire time. But it's just a quick little short thing that it just introduces yourself and already gives you so much. It already tells the person who you are and what personality and character you give. So yeah, definitely use that little secret formula, in creating your own elevator pitch. And as I said, you want to practice it in the mirror, although it sounds so silly and you're probably thinking, why would I talk to myself in the mirror? But trust me, it helps a lot. And I also just want to say, because I also thought this too, when you're networking with professionals, you are not bothering them, okay? I know I used to think that a lot when I would go to this recent career fair that I actually networking. The career fair that I went to that I actually talked to people at, I was kind of scared that I was bothering them, but you're not. These professionals or whoever you're talking to are there for you, and they want to learn more about you. And it definitely shows a lot about yourself as well. It shows that you are wanting to connect with them and that you're taking initiative in your career path. And professionals love seeing that. They love seeing that you're prepared, that you want to continue, your career path besides your education. Professionals love seeing that. So don't think you're bothering them. Don't think that they're thinking, OMG, here comes another student. Like, no, it's good to be prepared, and it's good to network with them because they're there for that. They want that. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up today's episode. Super short episode because honestly, networking is really simple. It's really simple. You don't have to overthink it. And as I said, networking is all about building relationships. It's not about asking for a job. Although it's good to ask if they have any positions, but it's not just about that. It's definitely about building these relationships and connections for your future self, so that later down the road, you're like needing some help with something or advice. You think, oh, I met that person at that one event. I can ask them. So yeah, definitely think about your future self. It's definitely really intimidating. I get it. But networking it's a really beneficial, especially nowadays when you're in the job market and you're looking for a job. They're specifically looking for connections and like who you are. So to wrap up today's episode, as I said, networking is about relationships, not perfection. You want to start small, introduce yourself, ask questions, and definitely follow up afterwards. Definitely when you give out your elevator pitch and you're talking to them, at the end of the conversation, ask for their LinkedIn or a business card. Don't forget to do that, because you can have this really great connection and then you leave the conversation and then you realize that you didn't get their number, you didn't get anything, like you didn't get their information, you didn't even know who you're talking to. So definitely ask for a business card or like their LinkedIn. Just a quick little, hey, can I connect with you on LinkedIn? Is perfect. And please, you guys, don't forget that there is a career fair coming up next week, November 11th. It's the TWU and UNT Education Fair. You don't want to miss it. There's going to be lots of opportunities for you to network and practice there. You definitely don't want to miss it, because you definitely want to practice these networking skills. I'm rambling about networking. You obviously want to put it into use somehow. So definitely attend that fair. It's going to be a really fun one. And yeah, that concludes today's episode. As I said, really short because networking is really simple. Don't be intimidated by it, although it is very intimidating. And thank you so much for tuning in. I am so excited for next episode. I think it's gonna be a really good one. So make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you think these episodes are helpful or what you want me to talk about, what your questions are. And definitely go follow us on social media, and you can definitely send me some messages on there of what you would like to hear on this podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.